This is GRL Raw, the podcast where the GRL team tells you why they're different. Who the hell are they? Why should you want them fighting for you? The industry leader in law with over 180 years of combined experience. This team is here to shed light on crucial topics in law to keep you aware and informed, because it comes back to the primary point. We give a damn.
Welcome to the new and refreshed GRL studios.
Good to be here.
GRL Raw, new and improved. Have technology, have beers, have good people. We are here with Colin, the Dope Yoda Murphy. The Dope Yoda. Where does that come from?
You know, it's a nickname I've had, shortly after joining the firm, and I'm not gonna pat myself on the back for that. Maybe you can describe about the Dope Yoda and why I get that nickname.
Well, we're not shy about self-bragging.
True.
I mean, if that's you, that's you. But I think it comes from, it kind of stuck when you joined us, the all-knowing nature of your knowledge base.
The drug practice.
The drug practice, going through, I mean, even the historical culture, the current culture, things that we wouldn't have even known about. Your old license plate was black tuna. Like what? Where does that come from?
Yeah, it's a great question. Robert Platshorn ran a gang of traffickers out of Miami in the 1970s, and they used black tuna. The FBI heard that as a call sign for a drug shipment, and that that moniker took hold to describe what they were doing. So they did about 500 tons of marijuana out of Colombia, and over about 16 months. He was sentenced to 64 years in federal prison, so he ends up being the longest serving marijuana trafficker in U.S. history.
And you roll into GRL Law your first day of work with a license plate, black tuna.
Black tuna.
And then on your desk is a special reminder.
Yeah, so I don't think that you could really defend drug cases without knowing a little bit about the history and the culture. And obviously, Jesus Malverde with Mexican folk Catholicism and being the patron saint of drug trafficking. I don't think that you can really do this right unless you understand the role that Malverde plays with traffickers and how important he is to that culture.
So you appreciate the history, the legacy, the culture, but the science is, I think, where you get the Yoda side.
Yeah.
I mean, the state's foremost expert on everything that is marijuana.
It's been a big part of my practice for a very long time, and so we do a lot of drug work, and whether it's representing those charged with criminal defenses, whether it's helping CBD stores expand a product line and talking to the Department of Inspections and Appeals about why this product fits within Iowa's Hemp Act, so that they can sell products like that, to representing individuals bringing marijuana issues before the Board of Pharmacy and things like that. So anything marijuana related, if anyone's doing it, that we're involved in it.
I learned, finally, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. You've been doing it longer, but it finally clicked for me, the origin of the word dope.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's because it makes you stupid.
Right. It's not.
Right.
It has to do with the facts that the drugs release the chemical dopamine. Correct. As a response to being ingested.
That's right.
That's crazy. I had no idea, and finally it all clicked for me with everything that we've been learning. We got to do an update on the firm. Things have been busy. Things have been cracking. Things have been popping. It's been nonstop.
So tell us what's new.
Well, we got a couple NFGs to start the year.
Yeah.
You had one.
I had one.
What was it?
It was a OWI first case out of Story County.
Okay.
Person refused testing. County Attorney's Office said we needed to try the case, so we squared up and not guilty verdict.
NFG, baby.
NFG.
Lindholm, the Wolf, had an NFG out of, was it Boone?
It was Boone. I was going to get one out of Mitchell. Before that, I wanted the first one of the year.
Yep.
Matt kind of pipped me to that, but I got the second one.
That's good. That's good. And then Sydney, the noobs, survived the bar exam.
Right.
We're waiting on the results.
She'll pass.
She'll pass. No doubt about that.
No doubt
about that. If not, nobody passed.
That's right.
You had speaking of dope and the law, you had a recent motion to dismiss granted.
I did.
What? How?
So we've been looking at an issue that comes up with more frequency now. So people coming into the state with medical cannabidiol, medical marijuana from their home state. So it might be a traffic stop is where we typically see it. Officer smells marijuana, does a search of the vehicle, charges them with the possession of marijuana. By the time they come to us, we find out that they've got a medical marijuana card out of a different state. And so I think in the past, people were just pleading those cases to maybe defer judgments where, people may not have a criminal record once they successfully complete probation. We're looking at it from getting it dismissed because if you have a medicine in another state, you should be able to come into the state of Iowa and take that medicine without fear of criminal prosecution. That's exactly what the legislature has said.
And so that's working. Motions to dismiss granted. You have two, in fact.
Two that have been granted. One involved cannabis flower. The other involved a gummy, medical marijuana in a gummy form. Okay. And so both of those, the flower and the gummy, aren't allowed in the state of Iowa currently. So that's not a medical marijuana product that you can go down to MedFarm and purchase. And so it opens the door for advancing that defense across a number of products.
And moral of the story is Dope Yoda's doing what Dope Yoda does.
It is, and I think that when people come to us with these questions, I think that they see what we're able to deliver, the work that's done, the kind of the bringing a new approach to defending these cases, and we're getting results, which is the best part, for the client too.
And I look at it as it's not just the tip of the spear; it's the laser guiding the spear at the front of everything. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back, learn a little bit more about Dope Yoda, and then circle back around.
Sounds good.
Colin Murphy defends drug crimes in state and federal courts, from misdemeanor possession to felony delivery and everything in between. With a proven record of beating traffic stops, search warrants, drug dogs, and snitches, he has recovered cash, vehicles, and firearms seized by the Drug Task Force agents. He's the Dope Yoda, streetwise and fearless, with a walk-off home run mindset. If your last encounter with the police gave you joint pain, you better call Colin.
Well, welcome back. Obviously, we can't talk to the man named Dope Yoda, right, without talking about the traditional dope, marijuana.
That's right.
Its components, hemp, CBD. Those are all kind of hot topics these days, are they not?
They are.
We have marijuana. You hear about hemp, the new hemp laws that got passed, and then I think more recently we're hearing more and more about something called CBD.
Yep.
What are the differences between those three things? Are they different?
They are different.
How?
Yeah, so marijuana has been illegal to possess, use in the state of Iowa since about 1970. Okay, so that's the cannabis plant that everyone sees pictures of, and
where I come from, we call it Pacololo.
That's right. It's the leaf that has an intoxicating effect, that makes people high. That's the marijuana that everybody knows.
Okay.
What people may not understand is marijuana and hemp are essentially the same plant. The only difference is the amount of THC that's in the plant.
So do you go out and lick the plant to figure out if it's hemp or marijuana? Like how does that even work? Is it a breeding thing? What is it?
Yeah, so essentially it ends up being a scientific test to differentiate between marijuana and hemp. And that's something that the state of Iowa is going through right now, trying to develop a test to differentiate between marijuana and hemp, because now we have a law that legalizes hemp and hemp products. And so Iowa needs to be able to tell the difference between marijuana and hemp, and there is a difference.
So are they different plant strains? Or is that even the right way to say it? Kind of like sweet corn versus seed corn?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's essentially the same plant. The difference is how much THC is in that plant on a dry weight basis. So marijuana is going to have plenty of THC. That's the intoxicating, compound in the plant. Hemp, on the other hand, is going to have up to 0.3% THC.
So are they bred? Like, is that the right word? Bred differently? Like, do you have different manufacturing strains of the plant?
Now there's in states that have legal marijuana, and Iowa's not one of them.
Remember that.
Yeah. So states that have recreational marijuana and in a medical program, they will breed strains to produce, different levels of THC, different cannabinoids, the higher levels of some as opposed to other, certain ratios. And so that can be bred through plant genetics.
So you say cannabinoid.
Right.
What in the hell is a cannabinoid?
So cannabinoid is simply a component of the plant. It's a chemical compound that will have a unique feature to it. So CBD, cannabidiol, is a cannabinoid, but there are dozens, if not 100 or more cannabinoids in the cannabis plant, each of which has unique features that are, yet to be discovered, soon to be discovered, already discovered.
So I'm having flashbacks to nightmares from high school biology. You have the species and the genus, whatever that's called, all those different things. So that's all part of it.
That's all part of it. So cannabis is the genus.
Okay.
All right. And so anything, marijuana is cannabis sativa, cannabis indica. That is marijuana in the state of Iowa.
All right.
If it has 0.3% THC or less, that is hemp. And so that's what allows Iowa manufacturers and retailers to sell products that are derived from cannabis, but not marijuana. And so it can be confusing, but the idea is I've got a cannabis plant that has 0.3%, up to 0.3% THC.
Okay.
That's hemp.
That's hemp. Can I smoke hemp? What do I do with hemp?
Well, you can't really smoke it in the state of Iowa, but manufacturers can extract cannabinoids from hemp. The primary cannabinoid for that is CBD.
So let's talk about CBD then.
Okay.
What is CBD? We see it all the time. At Lifetime Fitness, they have those posters, CBD, MD, or whatever it's called.
Right.
You see the ads for it. In endurance sports, it's really getting a big push to help with inflammation, recovery, and that kind of thing. What is CBD?
So CBD is a cannabinoid, and it's abundantly found in hemp. And so, if you contrast that with marijuana, for example, marijuana has a lot of THC and very little CBD.
So it's a chemical component.
Correct.
To the plant.
Correct.
That is extracted from the plant.
Correct.
That then has theoretically a different impact on the human body when ingested.
Yes.
Okay.
And so hemp will be there'll be CBD and other cannabinoids in abundance in hemp. And so that will be the majority, you'll find more CBD in hemp than you will in marijuana.
Okay, so which would then explain why they're manufacturing hemp, why the hemp farm bill, all of that stuff came about.
Correct, because we grow cannabis, and if it has up to 0.3% THC, the rest of it is all these other cannabinoids.
Okay.
And so CBD being the largest one of that. So they grow hemp, extract CBD from that, and then they may formulate it with an oil in order to produce the product that you see in the bottle on the shelf.
So I get and I may be wrong, but it's almost like a feeling of CBD falls under, when I hear about CBD and I look at the marketing for it, it almost feels like it falls under that dirty umbrella of dope, dirty umbrella of marijuana that, was kind of a taboo. It feels that way to me. So help me come around on this whole CBD as a product, whether it's food, whether it's medicine. I guess you can't call it medicine, right?
Right. Yeah. We can't make any medical claims about cannabinoids.
It's a nutritional supplement.
Yeah. You could probably, although the FDA has some issues with that currently. Okay. But Iowa will allow a consumable hemp product as long as it's derived from hemp.
So can I buy CBD lawfully in Iowa?
Yes.
Are there any pitfalls that I would need to be aware of purchasing CBD?
As a consumer, you can buy it from licensed retailers in the state of Iowa. And so those retailers have to get a license from the Department of Inspections and Appeals.
Okay, so that's an important thing for people to know.
Correct.
So what if you see all these shops out there, CBD here, CBD there, CBD now, CBD yesterday and tomorrow? What's required, even gas stations, I think I've seen it at, what's required to lawfully sell a CBD product within the borders of the state of Iowa?
Yeah, that's a great question. So those, whether it's the gymnasium or the gas station that you described, those places may be licensed to sell CBD. But what they have to do is they have to submit an application to the Department of Inspections and Appeals. They have to identify the products that they're looking to sell. They have to provide certificates of analysis, and all of that is essentially reviewed and approved by the department. They would then issue a license in order to sell that product. So those places that you're mentioning, they may be licensed to sell those products.
Is there a way that the consumer can go and ensure that where they're buying their CBD from in the state of Iowa is indeed licensed, or is an appropriate outlet for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So you can go to the Department of Inspections and Appeals website under the consumable hemp section. And I think that they have PDFs of the manufacturers and the retailers. So you can see that who has gone through the process of, applying for the license, describing the products that they're looking to sell, providing certificates of analysis. Those are approved. The license has been issued. You can buy legally from those individuals, those companies.
Am I at risk as a consumer if I walk into a gas station and buy some CBD and it turns out that they weren't licensed properly?
I don't think so. I think that like the gas station, for example, that may not be licensed, they're probably more at risk because they're now selling a product without a license. But
what happens about that? Like, what would the possible charges be if a gas station is selling this type of product without an appropriate license?
So we haven't seen that from an enforcement perspective. What probably ends up happening is the department tells them, "Hey, you can't be selling this,"
and then
they get some type of notice and have to follow through with that. If from the consumer standpoint, though, they're provided that the product itself and the certificate shows that it's hemp derived, that it meets all the legal requirements for being a consumable hemp product, there's no problem with them possessing it or using it.
So we want to make sure then when you look at the nutritional facts or whatever the label is, that there is less than 3% THC.
Yeah, 0.3% THC.
0.3. Yeah, not 3% gets you in trouble, right? 0.3. Okay. So are there types of CBD that have the phrase CBD on it that are not approved, that are not legal? Things like, I think I've heard reference to something called Delta 9.
So Delta 9 is a description for the intoxicating cannabinoid in marijuana. The Delta 9 is Delta 9 THC. That's what everyone would understand to be the cannabinoid from marijuana. There are derivatives from CBD that most companies will chemically convert CBD, because you've got hemp, you've got CBD in abundance in hemp. You can treat CBD chemically and turn it into a number of different cannabinoids.
So the moral of the story is simply look at the certifications on the packaging before you buy it. Make sure it's under 0.03%.
Yeah, so I think that if you're at a store and pick up a bottle of oil, for example, most of them will have a QR code. You can pull out your phone. The QR code will link to, the company's certificate of analysis. You can certainly look there.
Okay.
You can do your homework ahead of time and see, is this place licensed? Is the product approved? From the consumer standpoint, I don't know if that matters as much, because the liability is more going to fall on the.
So this is a question that comes up in athletics,
Yeah.
since it's being used or really marketed as a nutritional supplement for athletics, for performance and that kind of thing. Will it show up in drug testing? Yeah. CBD, lawful CBD, can we expect that to show up in drug testing?
Yeah, great question. So CBD is going to take a couple of different forms. There is a form referred to as full spectrum CBD. And what that means is you're going to get everything that's in the plant as it existed in the plant at the time it was extracted. So up to 0.3% THC, CBD, and other cannabinoids in some smaller percentage. You could have broad spectrum CBD, which is everything in the plant as it existed, but there's kind of removing the THC part out as much as they can out of that. You could have a CBD isolate, which is just pure CBD, no other cannabinoids, no THC. So from an athletic standpoint or a performance standpoint, or like say like a over-the-road driver, you know, a CDL
Good
driver, they would probably look to consume a product that has as little THC as possible, because long-term use, you could probably expect that THC to build up, even though it's in very minute quantities in the product. If you're using it every day, month after month, chances are that's going to build up, and it could go over the level that you're going to test positive.
Do you think there's a risk, a legitimate risk of that? In other words, I'm on my way to the Olympics, and I've been using CBD to help me sleep at night and to recover. Am I really at risk for testing positive for THC?
I think that if you were looking at it from a risk standpoint, maybe full spectrum or broad spectrum CBD is not the way that you'd go. You would try to get a CBD isolate so that there's little to no THC at all in the product.
Okay.
So CBD itself, and I don't know the specifics of the testing, but CBD is not going to test positive as THC.
Okay.
But if you have THC in the product,
the CBD,
you can expect that over time if you take enough to accumulate. So yes, could you test positive? I think so.
It's a lawyer answer.
Yeah.
It's a real good lawyer answer. So maybe.
Yeah, it's a maybe.
And I mean, obviously it depends on cutoff levels and all that stuff.
Correct.
Well. Okay. Maybe we need to get somebody from Olympic testing or something like that in here. They can tell.
Safe sport.
Safe sport. Oh, that's a whole nother topic. Safe sport. We have to get to that. Okay. Is there any common before we move on, is there any common misinformation out there about CBD?
There is. And I think that part of it comes from how Iowa started its medical CBD program, because that's the only, before the Hemp Act and the 2018 Farm Bill that spawned the Hemp Act.
Is it farm with an F or a PH?
Yeah, that's a good question. Farm with an F. But
okay.
before the Iowa Hemp Act, okay, let's go run that question again.
Yeah. Is there anything that we need to clear up, or any common misinformation about CBD that's out there right now?
So the common misinformation that's out there right now has more to do with how the state started its medical cannabidiol project. So the legislature decided to call medical marijuana in the state of Iowa medical cannabidiol, and then they limit it to a certain number of manufacturers and only 5 dispensaries. So because it had cannabidiol in the name of our medical marijuana program, when people were selling CBD or using CBD, law enforcement was accusing them of using something that could only be purchased from these dispensaries.
Selling drugs.
Yeah, and so that misconception is just a function of how we started our program.
Is that cleared up now?
It's really not, because you would think, and there's been a recommendation from the Department of Public Health, I think, to rename the medical cannabidiol in Iowa, because it still has that cannabidiol. We should be calling it medical marijuana.
Okay.
Because the products that are made for people with debilitating medical conditions and things like that, those are derived from marijuana.
They have THC.
Yeah, they have THC, and they're marijuana based.
Okay.
The CBD products that you're buying at the retail counter, those are hemp based.
Okay.
All right, and they contain CBD. So when people hear cannabidiol and medical cannabidiol, they equate them to being the same thing. They're 2 completely different products.
I think we should, since we're in Iowa, we should say that CBD is more like seed corn, and marijuana is more like sweet corn.
Yeah, I mean that would be easy, right?
Right.
But and I don't think the state's done a good enough job with that. It's confusing. Initially, it was confusing, and this is before the Hemp Act is passed.
Okay.
And so we have this gray area for a period of time whether people could purchase or consume CBD. And because of the likeness of the names for the products, that was causing a lot of issues for law enforcement.
So we're gonna clear up what they did. We're gonna clear this stuff up. CBD, anything under 0.3% THC, perfectly legal, perfectly lawful, good to go.
Yes, from a consumer standpoint.
From a
so you can
consumer
buy that.
standpoint?
You could order it in the mail. It could come to your house. You could buy it from a licensed consumable hemp retailer.
But to sell it, you got to have the special license.
Correct.
All right. And then anything over 0.3 THC qualifies as marijuana.
That's marijuana now.
Marijuana, pot.
Correct. And you can be prosecuted for possession of marijuana, possession with intent to deliver marijuana from a retailer standpoint. Delivery. Yeah. It's
felonies, bad things.
Yeah. It's
long
a drug.
time in prison.
It's a controlled substance at that point.
Okay. So marijuana, let's talk about marijuana. Let's clear that up. So anything over 0.3 THC concentration derived from the cannabis plant qualifies as marijuana?
Yes.
Am I accurate on that?
You're right.
So that's an easy line to make.
It is.
And is marijuana legal in Iowa?
Marijuana is illegal in Iowa in that form. So unless you have, we're talking about people who don't have a card from medical cannabidiol. Possession of marijuana, possession of extracts of marijuana, possession of wax, possession of any of those derivatives.
Can I get a prescription, a lawful prescription in Iowa to roll a fat joint and smoke it in my living room?
No.
No?
No, because Iowa doesn't have marijuana flower as a...
Is that what they call the bud?
Yeah, that's the bud. Okay, so marijuana flower in Iowa for medical purposes is illegal.
So you cannot light up a joint to help you with your cancer, to help you with Parkinson's. Can't do that in Iowa, period. You cannot roll a joint. You can't light the bud. You can't smoke it.
Can't do any of it right now, currently. So there are other states that have extract programs like Iowa that are expanding to medical flower. And some of those states, clients of ours who had medical cards through those states, that's how we were raising and winning that reciprocity argument.
Circling all the way. Look at us circling on the first episode. We're circling back to our intro.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
But those people can roll a joint and smoke that in Iowa as long as they have a medical card in that state, and medical flower is one of the options for medical marijuana.
So if you're in compliance with your home state that's issued you the card,
correct,
and you lawfully possess the card,
yes,
you can partake in that activity within the state of Iowa lawfully, so long as you're within the requirements of Iowa, or the home state.
That's correct. And the group that doesn't understand that law right now,
the police
and county attorneys,
the two people that matter.
Yeah,
like, that's kind of important.
And I don't know why that hasn't. I mean, the law's been on the books for a long time, and it is not the clearest iteration of another possessing another state's medical marijuana in the state of Iowa. However, I think that the judges who have reviewed this issue agree with us that if you have medical marijuana and you have a card from another state and you're possessing it in the state of Iowa, that you are allowed a complete defense of the possession of marijuana.
So I may or may not have family in Hawaii,
right,
that has medical marijuana, plants, flower, perfectly lawful from what I'm aware. If they come visit me, assuming that the oldest graduates this year, as long as they're within the requirements of their cards or of Hawaii's laws, they're fine here.
Correct.
And if not, the Dope Yoda's got their back.
That's right. And I think the important thing is to keep in mind that even though they may be legal and their flower may be legal, you can't share in that. So it's
they can't pass it. I gotta abstain.
Correct. Yeah, you have to abstain.
Fair.
So it is illegal for you to possess their medical marijuana, but it is legal for them to possess their medical marijuana.
So I think there's going to need to be a new blog from the Dope Yoda, the straight dope, on reciprocity.
I think we see it more and more. I think that since we've been public about the results, because these results may be among the first in the state, at least from
laser
district court opinions.
Laser for the spirit.
So people are seeing that, and then out-of-state visitors who have been charged in the state of Iowa, they see what we've been doing.
Yep.
And so that's been good for us.
Keep it up, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Drink to that.
I also think there's a little bit of a we hate you till we need you kind of persona out there. When we get the calls from people, they need us. And generally it's good people finding themselves in a bad situation, and we do what we can.
So we cannot talk. I mean, we've talked to the Dope Yoda. We've gotten some information. We got the background on the Dope Yoda. We've got a few of the wins of the Dope Yoda. Mm-hmm. But people don't understand what the Dope Yoda has done for Iowans, do they? Do they fully appreciate it?
I've got to give credit to everybody.
Don't be humble. This is not the time to be humble.
I know. And we're talking about state versus right.
Yes,
we're talking
with
about
a W.
the big,
WRIGH.
Huge win.
Massive.
Huge win in the Supreme Court last July.
The protector of our trash.
That's true. We have lost, search warrant after search warrant that came from garbage rips. And we were tired of kind of banging our head against the wall. We get these cases in, it's a garbage rip,
let's talk about a garbage rip. Law enforcement goes to somebody's house, steals their garbage,
yes,
roots through it, sorts through it, documents it, and then says, ooh, we have evidence that this person is smoking or dealing or doing something with drugs from their garbage.
Correct. Without a warrant.
Without a warrant for shits and giggles, right? And then they go get a warrant, raid the home. Everything hits the fan. They call Dope Yoda. Dope Yoda says, I got an idea.
Yeah, so before Wright, this was a difficult issue because 4, 5, 6 times the Iowa Court of Appeals, it never got into the Supreme Court, but Iowa Court of Appeals has said, you've got no expectation of privacy in garbage, which is consistent with federal law.
Right.
And so it was frustrating because we were losing those cases. And so we put our heads together and said that there's a different approach to this that hasn't been brought to the court yet. And that approach is trespass. And that's probably a whole other.
Oh, we could do 45 minutes on that alone.
But no one had raised trespass before in this context. And so let's raise it with right, correct? And so we go through that, lose at the district court level, appeal that, lose at the Court of Appeals level.
Do we quit? We don't quit.
We don't quit.
We don't quit.
And so we ask for further review, and the Supreme Court grants it. And so at that point, it's
We're
on.
dancing.
And so we get to argue that. And what do you know? The argument that we raised that no one else had raised for 45 years ends up being the winning argument. So under the
Chicken dinner.
So under the state constitution, that police practice is unconstitutional.
Police cannot go through your trash.
Correct. Without a warrant.
Period.
Period.
Is that the end of the story?
It's not, because you would think that would be like the Supreme Court with our separation of powers, the one branch of government that gets to decide what is constitutional and what is not. Now, the legislature, in response to the court's decision in Wright, has said, you know what, we don't like that. And so what they're going to do, and my understanding is, it has now passed out of committees the floor.
It's on the governor's desk
It's on the governor's desk. So the governor is going to be presented with a bill that is going to do 2 things. It's going to declare public policy in the state of Iowa that you have no expectation of privacy in your garbage.
So, okay.
Go
ahead.
And then it's also going to say that you've abandoned any right to your garbage once you put it out on the corner of your driveway.
So, under this new bill,
yes,
that she's sure to sign. It's going to get signed.
She'll sign it.
She has to sign. She's going to sign it
because it's veto proof. Otherwise, I mean, with the numbers that,
sailed through. Everybody at in that Golden Dome says we don't care about privacy and trash.
Correct.
So, any creep can find somebody they want to stalk, lift the lid to their trash on trash day, and go through everything in their trash.
That's right. I mean, any individual could take anybody's garbage for whatever reason.
And I can just go and root, take whatever.
And I don't think, from our perspective, it's not so much other individuals going through other people's garbage. It's the government going through your garbage.
I get that, but I'm worried that, I mean, that can be some creep factor 25
For
on
sure.
a 10 scale.
For sure.
I
know what you're thinking. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the last you've heard from
Not at
GRL
all.
on this issue. So, we won this case before the Supreme Court, and I think that we'll do what we need to do in order to preserve that win.
And I think we could have some fun with this new bill.
I'm looking forward to it.
Right brings up another thing. NFG.
NFG. We used it earlier.
What is it? What is NFG? We have blogs about it. We have shirts that say it. People in our office that we represent earn NFG shirts.
That's
True?
correct. Yep.
Yeah. What is NFG?
So for people that are familiar with the blog, they'll see this all over the place. But people that aren't familiar, NFG is not fucking guilty.
Hold on, what?
Not fucking guilty.
Can we say that?
I think we can.
We just did.
Most people will say it's a one-word verdict or a two-word verdict, guilty versus not guilty. GRL takes it to a three-word verdict. So it's not just not guilty, it's not fucking guilty. And so NFG is part of the culture of the criminal defense part of the firm.
Because when you sit there and you've bled, you've sweated, you've invested weeks, months, years in a case, fighting for somebody's freedom, and that verdict comes back as not guilty, you're not thinking, no, not guilty.
Right.
It
means everything.
It means everything. Like it's within your very being of not fucking guilty.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's why we place a premium on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's some recognition when it happens. The firm celebrates it. Obviously, we're going to promote it.
We celebrate other people's NFGs.
That's right.
We'll send them shirts. We've sent shirts to Texas. We've sent shirts to Missouri. We've sent shirts to South Carolina because it's that fraternity, sorority of warriors for people's freedom. That it's that same feeling that's shared universally. Yeah, sweet.
And so that's the when we look into a case for the first time, that's always in the back of the mind. And it's obviously the goal. Yep. But in order to get there, it's a trial. I mean, so we should differentiate a little bit between cases that are dismissed, pre-trial, and then the actual motion of going through the trial, persuading the community that this person's not guilty, and that's where the fight is. And I think that's what we do best.
That's the next level feeling, and that's what it's about.
Exactly.
All right, brother. Keep it up.
Hey.
Yeah, one more time.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. See you next time.
We can't change the past, but we will change your future. GRL Law. Thanks for tuning in to GRL Raw. Check us out at grllaw.com.